Hey, thank you so much for joining me for today's at-home thigh and glute sculpting workout. We are going to be targeting the thighs, the hips, and the gluteus medius muscles in a series of side lying exercises. I'm going to be using a set of ankle weights. You can use ankle weights or you can use no weight at all for all of the exercises and still get in a great, challenging, and effective workout. If at any point you're doing moves with the weights on and it gets too much or you're losing your good form, simply remove them, place them off to the side, and carry on with the workout. With that in mind, let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to come down onto the side body, relaxing ourselves onto either our palm to support the head or the outstretched arm. Opposite hand is down on the mat for support. We're stacking our hips, plugging our navel in toward the spine, stacking the knees and the ankles. From here, we're going to pick the feet up and bring them forward so that the lower body is in a pike position. And from here, I'm just going to bend the lower leg. You can keep it straight if you would like to, but I find that the bend just helps to give me a greater base of support. With that in mind, we want to keep the hips stacked. So from here, we're going to lift the top leg up so that the leg is parallel with the torso. We're going to swing the leg forward, flex the foot, and push the heel back, keeping the leg at that same height. So we're coming forward, point, and flex to pull back. Forward, point, push back through the heel. Inhale forward and exhale, push it back. Inhale forward, flex the foot as you lengthen back. So I really want you to focus on moving smoothly and keeping your torso really still and stable here. So you'll get stability by engaging your core and by moving slowly and purposefully, concentrating the work in the lower body. Good. Inhale forward, exhale back. So we're just starting to lubricate the hip joint, switching on the muscles in the calves and the thighs as we point and flex through the range of movement. We've got 4. Really drive back through that heel. And 3. Good. 2. And final 1. We're coming back with our flexed foot. Now we're bringing the knee in and then driving out through that heel. So extend through the heel. Good. Inhale forward, abs in, exhale, extend. So really switch on your thigh muscles as you kick out. Imagine you are kicking open a door or you are kicking a wall out to your side with a lot of power and energy. And notice I'm just holding for a split second on that extension. Every time I hold and extend, I'm making sure that those thigh muscles are switching on. Good. Inhale and exhale. In and out with the leg. Good. Can already feel the work. Glutes are working, thighs are working. Good work. We've got 3 and 2 and final 1. From here, I'd like you to point the toe, lift up with a pointed toe, and then we're going to flex and lower. Just hover the heel and then point and lift again. Good. Inhale up, exhale lower. Inhale to lift and flex to lower. Amazing work. Make sure that your neck isn't building up tension. You've got your nice long neck. Good. Shoulders are down away from the ears. And I'd like you to move with resistance on your way down. So come up with that pointed toe and then drive down through that heel. Imagining you're moving through thick clay or wet cement, working with your body's own resistance. Good. We've got 3 and 2. Breathe through it. Last 1, I want you to come up with your pointed toe and hold. Now we're going to draw some circles in the air. Tiny little circles, lengthening out through that big toe. Again, really still and stable in the torso here. Make them small, make them controlled. We've got 3, 2, and 1. I know they're tough. 10 more in the opposite direction for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax it down. Whew, those were tough. Okay, from here, I'm just lowering my leg for a moment and then I'm lifting it right back up. I want my leg in line with my torso. Leg is at torso height. I'm pulling the toes back toward the shins and we're just gonna pulse here. Again, really still and stable with that torso. Engage your core. Lengthen out through that heel and pulse. Good, little controlled pulses. Slow them down if you need to, if you're losing control and you're moving around a lot in the upper body. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Relax it down. We're gonna give that top leg a little bit of a rest and focus on the inner thigh of the lower leg for a few moves. So I'd like you to stretch both legs out long. You're gonna create a bridge with that top leg. It can either go in front or in back. I like to keep it in front so I can hold on to my foot and ankle, but whatever's more comfortable for you. You want the leg out of the way so that this lower leg can move. We're gonna start off with a pointed toe and we're gonna lift and lower, lift and lower. So notice I'm just hovering the leg above the floor before I lift back up. And now I really want you to focus your mind on the inner thigh doing the work. You've got that little split second hold at the top of every lift to really engage those inner thigh muscles. Squeeze them as you lift. Good. Breathe through it. Nice. Keep lifting and lowering with control. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower, just hover. And now we're gonna come up for 2 pulses. 1, 2, lower. Lift, lift, lower. Up, 2, lower, down. Lift, lift, and lower. Good, keep it up. 2 little pulses up, really squeezing the inner thigh to get that lift. We've got 4, 3, 2, lift a little higher, and last 1. Amazing work. Lower leg down. Now we're gonna flex the foot. And if it's comfortable for you, if you're able to do so, I want you to slightly turn your toes down toward the mat. From here, we're going to lift and lower. So same movement again that we started off with the pointed toe. Lifting and lowering, just hovering the leg above the mat before squeezing that inner thigh to get the lift again. Good. Ooh, these are getting tough. Stick with it. Really good way to target those inner thigh muscles. Keep the foot flexed. Good. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold. Now the 2 pulses up to finish off with the inner thigh work. 1, 2, lower. Lift, lift, lower. Breathe through it. Good work. Lift, lift, lower. Lift, lift, lower. Keep it up. Good. Inner thighs are burning. Nice work. We've got 3, 2, lift a bit higher. Last set, we're gonna lift and hold, hold for 5, 4, 3, squeeze those muscles, 2, and 1. Whew, was shaking there. Good work. Okay, now we're going back to our focus on the top leg for another few exercises before we switch sides. So we want to bend our knees here. Shins are parallel with the edge of your mat. Knees are in line with the hips. And from here, we're gonna lift and lower that top leg. Lift and lower. So you're keeping your hips stacked, keeping your legs parallel the entire time as you lift and lower with control. Lift and lower. Now at the top of that lift, you can place your hand on your glutes just to get that feedback. I'd like you to really squeeze the bum at the top of the lift. Good. Keep the toes pointed, abs engaged. Good. thighs working, glutes working, and all of those deep stabilizing muscles in the hips are also being worked. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Every time you breathe out, I want you to remind yourself to engage your abs. Good. Relax those shoulders. We've got 4 and 3. Last 2 and final 1. Whew, that really got my glutes fired up. Okay, from here, we're going to lift just the lower part of the top leg. We're going to extend, lower, lift, bring it in. Extend, lower, lift, knee to knee. Good. Extend, lower, lift, knee to knee. Again, with that extension, you want to be flexing all the muscles in the leg, pointing hard through that toe, making it count. Nice work. We've got 3 and 2. Last 1. Good, knees together. Okay, from here, we're going to lift just the lower parts of the leg, gluing the inside of the feet together. We're going to open into an elevated clamshell and close. Good. Now, for this one, we're not letting that top hip roll back. We're keeping the hips stacked. Make sure that when you close your legs, the knees are lining up, the thighs are lining up, everything's in alignment. Try to keep that lower leg nice and stable for 3, 2, final couple exercises here. Don't give up. And last 1. Now, open, stretch, bend, and close. You've got this. Final move on this side. I know this is tough, but this is a really effective exercise. We're working the booty, working those thighs. Keep going. We've got 4 more. And 3. Dying right now. Last 2. Point, bend, and close. Last 1. Hold, 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 hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax it down. Amazing work on that side. Let's move over onto the opposite side and get right into it. So we're going to lower ourselves down with control on the mat. Make yourself, oh, my earrings are in my way. Make yourself comfortable on your side body. From here, we are picking up the legs, hinging from the hip, bringing them forward. I'm going to bend the lower leg for extra added stability. We're lifting the leg to torso height, coming forward with a pointed toe, flexing and pushing it back. Keeping the height the same. As we move forward and backward, we're really focusing on the flexing and pointing. It will help to warm up all those muscles in the leg so that you don't get that cramping when you're doing other exercises. That cramping that sometimes happens when we don't flex and point enough. Sometimes the muscles aren't used to the movement. So warm it up. Slowly building up energy and muscle engagement. Relax those shoulders. We've got 4, 3, push back through that heel. For 2, and final 1, push it back. Nice work. Ending on the flex, bringing it in and driving out through the heel. In and push out. Inhale and exhale. Good work. Bring it in and drive out through the heel. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Good work. Keep it up. Give it a lot of energy. We've got 4, 3, kick, 2, and final 1. We're coming out, we're pointing, we're lifting, and then flexing to lower, just hover. Lift, flex to lower, good. Inhale up, exhale down. Opening up here in the hip, working different muscles on the way up as on the way down, and making sure we're giving it resistance on the way down as well. So you're driving your heel through thick mud on the way down. Good. Nice work. Nice long neck here. I keep having to remind myself of that. Good, and still a stable torso. For 2, and 1. Bring it up for those little circles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep breathing. Last one, reverse for 10, 9, 8. Still torso. Lengthen through that big toe. And 3, and 2, and 1. Lower down. Great work. Now make sure that top leg is in line with the torso. Lift it up. Flex the foot. Lengthen and pulse. Little controlled pulses. Keep the core engaged here. Breathing through it. Good work. Keep the toes pulled back toward the shin. We've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold, and relax it down. Now we're getting that top leg a rest as we focus on the inner thigh of the lower leg. So from here, point the toe, hover the leg up off the floor, and lift and lower, lift and lower. Switching our mind and our attention to the inner thigh now. Connecting with that part of the body, making sure we're contracting that inner thigh muscle to get the lift. Nice work. Breathing through it. We've got 5, 4, keep that leg nice and long, and 1. From here, we're pulsing up for 1, 2, lower, lift, lift, lower, up, 2, lower, down, lift, lift, and lower. Good work. Keep it up. Lift up a little higher each time. Lift, lift, and lower. Up, 2, lower, down. Nice work. We've got 3, 2, and 1. Great. Now we're flexing the foot, turning the toes slightly down if you can, and we're going to lift and lower. Same 2 moves again, this time with the flexed foot. What do you find more challenging, the flexed foot or the pointed toe? I want to say the flexed foot, but maybe it's just because it comes second. For 3, 2, and 1. Now from here, we're coming up for 1, 2, lower. Lift, lift, lower. Up a little higher and lower. 1, 2, and lower. Keep that foot flexed. I know it burns, but we're really targeting that inner thigh well, and we're almost done with it. Lift, lift, and lower. 2 more sets. And lower down. Amazing. Bring the legs together. And from here, we're going to bend at the knee, stacking the hips, stacking the knees, shins lined up with the edge of the mat, lifting and lowering, lifting and lowering, keeping those legs parallel. So don't let that top hip roll back. That's not the movement. It's a smaller range of movement. Focusing on strengthening the deep stabilizing muscles in the hips, focusing on strengthening the gluteus medius and working those thighs as well. lift and lower, lift and lower. Again, making sure you've got that little squeeze at the top of every lift. Good. Engaging those abs as you breathe out. Good. For 3 and 2 and 1, lower down. Now just lift the lower part of the top leg. We're extending, lowering, lifting, bringing it back. Extending, lower, lift, and knee to knee. Extend, lower, lift, knee to knee. Amazing, keep it up. When you extend, hold, tap, lift, and bend. So you're really stretching and lengthening out through that leg. Slow it down if you need to. Don't get sloppy with the moves. You don't want to kind of be flopping that leg out. You really want to be pointing through the toe, engaging all the muscles in the leg as you extend, lower, and lift. Good. Nice work. Whew. So they're getting tough. We haven't got long to go. Nice work. We've got 2. And last 1. Bring it in. Lift the lower parts of the leg. Glue the inside of the feet together. Elevated clamshells. So if you've got bulky ankle weights, this might be a little bit more challenging for you. Try your best. As mentioned, you can always lose the weights if needed. We've got 5, 4, 3. Keep that lower leg elevated. 2 and 1. Final exercise. Open, stretch, bend, and close. Open, lengthen, foot to the foot, knee to the knee. Relax those shoulders. Keep that lower leg strong and lifted. Good work. We've got 5, 4, point, bend, and close. 3, stretch. 2, and last 1, stretch, lengthen, lift, 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 and relax it down. Amazing work. Okay, so we are going to stretch now. If you're using ankle weights, you can get rid of them. We are done with them. Good. Get them off. Ooh, those were really tight. I think I had them done up a little bit too tightly. Feels good to take them off. Okay, so let's lower down onto our backs. Get nice and comfortable on your back. And whatever side you worked first is the side you're gonna stretch first. So I'm gonna stretch cross one leg over the other. Interlace your fingers behind your thigh and just hug the knee in. Getting a nice deep glute stretch and opening in the hip. Breathing deeply here. Relaxing your shoulders, lengthening out through your tailbone. Hug the knee in a little bit closer for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Release that stretch. Switch the crossing of your legs. Interlace your fingers, take them behind your opposite thigh, and hug knee in. Breathing deeply, hug it in a little bit closer towards you. For 3, for 2, and for 1. Straighten out your legs. Use your hands to help you. Bring yourself into a seated position. Lift the arms up, inhale, and exhale. Fold over your lower body, keeping your legs straight so that you can stretch out the hamstrings here. You can flex your feet if that feels comfortable. Grab onto your feet, or if you can't reach them, grab onto your calves. Drop the crown of your head. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose, and as you exhale, fold a little bit more deeply into the stretch. Holding for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Ripple up to a seated position. Bring the soles of your feet together. Grip onto your ankles. Deep inhale here as you draw your knees down to the mat. Hinge at the hip and enjoy a nice inner thigh stretch. Roll your shoulders down away from your ears. You can apply a little bit of pressure to your knees, just gently, to deepen the stretch if that feels good. For 3 and 2 and 1. Bring yourself back to a seated position. Lift your shoulders up by your ears. Inhale and exhale, roll them down and back. Amazing work. That was really tough, but we targeted our inner outer thighs, glutes and hips so well. I hope you're proud of yourself. Thank you so much. I look forward to moving again with you next time.